We're in heaven today. Paint with no color. Found it in
Hey, Kratos. Whoa, hold on, I got echo going on. All right, now we're good. Happy Fibonacci Day to ya. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. For tomorrow, hopefully you'll be participating and eating a lot of really good food. And you know, a day off to relax and an egg bowl. So here's Bitcoin 60 minutes. Yesterday it didn't go live. There's so much stuff going on in my life, like in real life. So just understand that. Wasn't here yesterday. And you held 15.5, 15.7. Clearly you can see how it held, and you've been running since. But the macro, you know, the stock market's been continuing to grind upward, which is, and volatility has been dumping like hard. So I would say those are really good conditions for crypto to somehow halfway recover a little bit back to the prices you saw 3 days ago. So nice. And maybe you look at it like a range, possibly 15.5 to 17.6 or so. 17.6 is what? 17.581. It's the low for the Black Saturday low. Still well below, like way below that, right? June 18th. We'll never forget it. It was insane. So yeah, buyers defended a local low, and you got back above the Thanksgiving of 2020 inflection point at 16,200, which is good too, but not yet really made a higher high. Certainly not made a higher low. So it's cool that a level held, but any trend reversal characteristics on a chart? No. So who cares really? It's great. I mean, it's awesome, dude. You're up off the lows. That's about as good as it gets for now, until something changes where we consistently are making higher highs, higher lows. We're taking out previous highs, and then we're making higher lows after we take out those previous highs. None of that's happened. So it's cool. You know, I'm not going to take anything away from what's happened, but you got to be real. Again, 60-minute chart, 4-hour chart. You could also maybe look at it like it's trying to create a range. Still no higher highs yet. And I mean, you know, just like 2 days ago, you made your lowest candle close of the entire downtrend. So Rush.
Let's take a look at Maker.
We'll look at Maker DAO. That, you know, fell below inflection points, but is trying to bottom out for the third time in a random area. Yeah, we'll look. No change on the 4-hour. If anything, I mean, you could start trying to argue hidden bearish divergence could become a reality if you start, you know, rolling over here. You start losing more positive momentum. It's a high. It's a lower high. Higher levels. I mean, that just implies continuation downward. Nothing really good at all yet on the 4-hour. No, I mean, nothing. The only thing that happened, you held support at 15.5. That's great, man. Still not even in the bullish control zone yet on the 4-hour. Just sitting at 57.5. Cool. Daily. You didn't engulf yesterday, but you definitely got follow through. And you just closed, right? The Jesus chimes at the beginning of the stream. No higher highs yet. You went up and tested intraday the weekend candles, man. 3 days of just dead market. Tested that and then closed below them all. So again, it's like, it's cool that those things happened, but doesn't really signify anything. You are showing your first level of positive momentum since November 7th. Awesome. Yeah, trying to break out of the bearish control zone, which is cool. It's good. But, you know, it's just not enough data yet to be like extremely excited or anything. But yes, I'm so excited about the past 48 hours of max bidding coming in. All right. I'm not going to take it away from the bulls. They did it, man. But if you scale out, you understand it's like, yeah, you're just in the middle of nowhere kind of right now. All right, that's kind of it. Let's look at Ethereum. Very similar stuff. Where buyers defended the local low, nothing else. The November 9th low was defended, and you rallied off of that with Bitcoin. Okay. Probably about to show positive momentum today or tomorrow for the first time since November 7th. You're still below 1223 though, which is just the dead cat bounce high. You know, you could say maybe 1420 if you ever break that level for real, but you haven't. You're still below it. So until then, what do you want me to do, man? Can't, just because you had 2 days of buying, light buying, doesn't really change too much. We can look, I have the 60-minute quad screen up for your pleasure, of course. Top left Bitcoin, top right Ethereum, bottom left XRP, bottom right Binance coin, which interesting. A little different flavor of each. Couldn't do the same type of supply line on Bitcoin as I did Ethereum. Ethereum's perfect though. It's very nice and well-respected supply line. You can see it's very similar to me. It reminds me of course it's not, it doesn't mean it's going to play out the same at all. It reminds me of, what was Ethereum? When we made that descending triangle before crashing. I'd have to go to it, see, May of 2022. So right here, it's very similar to this. You tell me it's not almost the same thing. Right, where you were making lower highs, and then you developed this base of buying, right? And it's just like, okay, it looked like it was gonna collapse, and it did. And so you're same thing. Is this same thing happening? Oh, my God, it looks pretty freaking close to us. Again, it doesn't mean it's gonna play out the exact same. Maybe completely opposite, but I'm just saying, right? It's pretty similar. Okay, that's your Ethereum. Bottom left, XRP. It's just doing fine, outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum locally lately. If you head to 39.67 cents, you might be able to say that that's a partial decline of a rectangle and you could have a high probability of a breakout, but let's go see 39.67 cents first before we say anything, all right? And then BNB, bottom right, ran up to $300, squeezed like crazy. So 258 was very important. You fell to multi-month lows, but then like buyers, came in, and it wasn't about the breakdown itself. It was about the fall through, and there was no fall through. It was right back above 258. When you broke 258, you can see it. September and October and really November lows, you broke back above it. What'd you do? You pretty much just repeated history, what you had done every other time when you'd held that level. You go up to $300. $300 from July and August and September and October and even November. Here you are again, stuck between $260 and $300. That's kind of, you haven't broken it yet. You could, just saying you haven't. You're just testing it today. And that's it. That's where we are on your 4 largest cryptos. Okay. Knocked those out pretty fast, didn't we? Those 60-minute charts. We can look at BNB on the daily chart. Yeah, massive rally. No edge. When you made the lower low, it prevented the oscillators from giving us hidden bullish divergence or anything. But it's cool that we got back above the bearish control zone. Again, you're just in a chop zone, but you're at a local high, as we looked at on the 60-minute, $300. If you break $300, you could be going to 330 to go test the top again. It's just, this thing is ridiculous. I mean, virtually untradeable. Unless you're using the 60-minute or less, and you're buying at 260 and selling at 300. Okay, so that's it. Huge update yesterday. Past 2 days were good. A bullish engulfing candle caught follow through. XRP. Again, we know locally lately it's been outperforming the others. Still, I mean, you're making higher lows like that. That's why I said, like, going to this, if you're at 39.67 cents again, I think you have a high probability of breaking upward. So you're getting there. It's interesting how 39.67 cents is that local high, but it also is pretty much your 200-day simple moving average. And I think if you break that, some really good things could happen. Like you could have a huge move up. So everything kind of makes sense if the macro doesn't collapse, which buyers came in. They came in. All right, so we could go to total market cap. The level, the very, very, very important level that was everything. Guess what? Buyers defended it. Yeah, you had a confirmed bearish breakdown on Monday. That happened. It was the lowest daily candle close since late 2020. Those things happened, and it didn't matter, because if buyers come in the next day or two and you have a confirmed breakdown, and then 2 days later you're back above it, it's not a breakdown. It's a failed bearish breakdown. That happened. Okay. So just making sure you're aware of that. That all occurred with confirmation as of 15 minutes ago, right? Because yesterday's candle close was still technically below those levels, but now as of today, we have our first candle close confirmation above it.
Can you give your thoughts on the beautiful spring backtest on EQX gold miner?
There are a lot of miners doing kind of crazy stuff. We'll look at it though. Aberama Gold. All right, what is this? Peaky Blinders by it. Oh, slow down. Thanks, dude. So that's real life, and you know, between 766 and 960 billion, there's very little price action besides up and down. So just pay attention. I mean, if you ever do something like this, never ever be surprised if price action ever comes down for a formal back test as support before going, right? So I'm just saying, cool story. Failed bearish breakdowns could have consequences here. I'm just pointing out what happened, right? As I was here 2 days ago, just pointing out what price action did to key levels. Not my opinion, they're just there. You're back above them for now. But at the same time of saying that, locally, you have not even made any higher highs than previous highs. I'm talking like from a week ago. You're still not doing anything that spectacular yet, but it's cool that you failed. The buyers came in and defended a key level. Okay, that's where we are. Yeah, Credit Suisse took on crazy
Mitchie,
losses.
Have you taken a look at Pulse Bitcoin yet?
Yes, yeah, we looked at it
looks
already.
Really interesting and easy.
We already looked
As
at it.
always, PLSD in cup with handle man, like the Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we looked at it before the stream even started because it was that important. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. All right. Thanks for the continuous support of the 100% crowdsourced stream. Thank you, dude. I don't get a scam my viewers, okay, like others with affiliate links and all that crap. So I'm reliant on Kush Blunts and his Pulse Militia Dogechain coin. Thank you, dude. Okay, so total, right? I mean, that's kind of a big deal for now. It's something to pay attention to that, you're safe above 766 billion. Whew. Somewhat. You're way more safe than you were 2 days ago when we confirmed the bearish breakdown and the lowest lows in 2 years. But just remember, that's like the most recent kind of events that have occurred. All right. Cardano, everyone's favorite coin. What's kind of sad about this one is like, yeah, Bitcoin rallied and Total rallied, Ethereum rallied, and I guess Cardano rallied too, but it's just, where did it rally? I don't know, man. Like, didn't really rally anywhere. It went up. I can't even tell. So it's just gonna do what Bitcoin does and Ethereum does and Total does. I mean, right? That's all it's gonna do. But it's just probably gonna turn into a lower high in the previous high, and then dump lower later if it's not sooner. So hard to be sold on Cardano. Like it's like the last one you'd be longing if you're using traditional technical analysis to long something, right? Hey man, I'd rather go long on Total versus Cardano, because at least Total's back above an inflection point, but certainly Cardano's not. Cardano's below all of them right now. Well, what the? Sorry. Yeah, that piece of crap SBF. Yep, it's true. Very, very true. He's speaking at that New York Times event. I can't believe that is even reality. The dude should be in prison. He really should. But a bunch of other frauds going to be speaking of that thing too, right? Anyway, yeah, so. And then also you had like the FOMC like minutes today, right? And there wasn't much that was talked about besides the fact that they think that, yeah, it's definite possibility of a recession next year, which, I mean, hello? A lot of us think we're probably already in one. And that's kind of it. And then you had John Deere that had really good earnings report where they hit all-time highs today. So beat revenue, lowered like their, next year's guidance, but they had like 37% revenue increase year over year, I believe. So it's absolutely amazing. There are some companies out there that are still like doing well in this terrible market environment. All right, so Cardano, and then we would look at after that what. I'm not even sure anymore. They all like blend together now. It's this gross color of S coin. Would be after Cardano again? Is it just Doge now? I think it is just maybe Doge or FTM. I mean, look, dude, Doge. I'll show you something, and like again, hard to be like that confident on a long, but I mean, of any of them, it's gonna is showing you something that would be out of a textbook that would make some sense for a long. It would be Doge, and it's just an argument being presented based on multiple variables, where I think you could almost say that Doge has reversed its trend in the midterm, not the long term. You got to take out these highs from April, but in the midterm, it is a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, about the same lows in the previous lows, and then a higher high and now higher lows. And you're back above 7.86 cents, which was really important for me, at least to some degree, where it was a candle high close in February 2021. And then on the first low, no one knows, the reaction low. And then we have a potential confirmation low, the type 2 return. And it just so happens that the MACD histogram looks like this on the second low, which class B bullish divergence above the 12-hour 200 moving average. I mean, so there are variables that are lining up together that would say it could happen where we could see more upside here. But again, you got to just understand we're not in like a really confirmed, established macro uptrend. And that's it, right? You'd probably just want to protect yourself right below the D point, at this, like if it's going to dump and fail, then just, it was worth a small chance, right? I mean, you're risking a little bit for a lot of it, because you're talking about if this actually succeeded, you'd go from like where you are now to probably 13 cents. So like if this played out for real, from wherever it rallied from here, or if it went for a back test to 7 cents, 7.8 cents, I mean, you've got like potential 60% upside if it played out. And if it failed, yeah, you're going to lose a little bit, but that's the whole point. That's trading. risk management. This right here helps you manage your risk, where you're risking 1 to win possibly like, I think it's 5.9 or something. 5.9 to 1 reward to risk. And that's the whole point. That's what trading is. It's not fortune telling, because this could easily fail. We don't have to know where something's going to potentially make money. That's right, Art. I don't know about like happy. Did I just turn this on? Y'all saw everything I just talked about with those, right? Sorry, I'm not used to my Stream Deck. Like, I've lost my muscle memory of Stream Deck working, but I just used it and it works. So it's like, okay, so we're good. Oh, so it's like, is it really the realest of real Fibonacci days? Because I think this June 18th is the golden ratio Fibonacci day, right? I mean, this is 1, 1, 2, 3, but that's 6, 1, 8, man. I think we have 3, 1, 4 day, pi day too. So I'm sure there will be factions created to decide which one's more significant of a day. Will we hold, chat? Is this going to hold? Remember the poll that's still live where it was, it's still open. I can't even believe it, right, on Bitcoin, where is it 20K first or is it 14K first? Neither side has won. That, I can't believe that's still active, right? And it was like when I redid the poll after the dump, like 80-something% of y'all think we'll be going to 14K before seeing 20K. It's still very possible. I just, your 12 hours, very interesting on Bitcoin's RSI. I mean, it's showing bullish divergence, but the concern I have is until something like changes where you're somehow capturing highs above November 15th and 17th and 19th. It's just a joke. It's like, it's cool. It held. This is so awesome, man. There were limit buys set up at a support, potential, a local support, and bids came in. But it doesn't mean anything until you're recapturing previous highs. Until like after this, then higher highs. And then you pull back, higher lows than this low, and then you run again to 17.6. I mean, that's the stuff that needs to happen. So you got to hand it to market participants for defending an area, but it's not good enough. Not even close to good enough, okay? Because this thing could just start crashing again, and then you just make a lower low, and you go to 14K, which seems like the most reasonable target in time if you're patient. Yeah. Or anything like that. I mean, just really, there were assets that jumped yesterday, of course. People are going to make arguments for Wyckoff and stuff. Not sure if we have all that yet. But yeah, local lows all defended. That's kind of the update. Local lows defended, but not good enough to be like, hey, we're bullish again. It's amazing, unreal. Now, Doge, different story, because Doge isn't the one making fresh multi-year lows like Bitcoin and many other assets. Doge is doing something extremely different. So if there's gonna be a recovery on these assets, okay, because it'll be all of them. If Bitcoin recovers, they all recover. So it's like you would want the big winner, the one that's performing way better than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and kind of BNB. I don't know, XRP is performing well too. I mean, I think XRP would be, if the macro was going to actually recover, like Bitcoin was going to run, I mean, XRP is probably a better bet too, just based on what it's doing, right? I mean, when Bitcoin dumped on November 9th, right, it made multi-year lows. When XRP dumped on November 9th, it didn't even come close to multi-year lows. I mean, it was hitting the same lows it saw from September of this year. So a better performer for now. And locally it's better too. So, but again, it may fail completely. I have not sold on Bitcoin yet. Yes, many supports held across this market. Many reactions occurred at areas where a reaction might make sense, such as something like storage coin. Look at storage. Oh, it's just a low from July 2017 and October 2017 and November 2020, January 2021, and now you did it again. A reaction occurred again. So buyers defending some supports on some coins. Look, buyers are somehow defending Tron. Tron, dude, saw some sort of yield farming thing with their USDD stable coin. 94% of the circulating supply is owned by Justin Sun, saying 48% APY. So you know it's an actual scam. Chinese communist scam. Tron, USDD, anything connected to Tron is a joke. And you'll see. You will see in time. It's just going to take time, man. And it'll all get exposed later when market conditions deteriorate again. But I'm thinking when this breaks, this 5 cent level breaks, man, it's going to end miserably. I mean, you go down to 3 cents, 2.5 cents. It's lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Show my stuff, man. Guess I was looking at another chart, but can't you see what happens below 5 cents? No edge either at all. Nothing's implying that sellers are exhausted at this inflection point after all these consecutive lower highs, right? Just distribution over and over and over again. Just looking at these going like Uniswap, probably going down to 450 again. Isn't, doing what Bitcoin did, way off its June 18th lows, but below the 200-day moving average again. No edge. Probably going to complete an M shape, which would be lower. And I'm just looking at random S coins at this point. No particular order, just as I see them. Atom virtually went down and tested 852. And I don't think it's over. There's no edge on this, only bearish convergence. Oh my God, dude, it's music. Can't pick all the music on these sets. It's just trash. But yeah, I mean, I think 726, 850, and once that fails, then 347, 184. It'll take time, but I mean, this is where it all was identified that it was possibly topping out, And that was back in mid-September. It's still valid. And even if you were just going to M shape, there's still lower to go. I mean, I think your target eventually on Atom should probably be like $6.95 to $7. Yeah, we got to look at Litecoin. Yeah, you're right, man. Litecoin's nuts. Amazing, dude. Wiling out. It was gorgeous. Yeah, it was showing a lot of strength,
Gonna
man.
be exotic. Could we take a look at BTC GBP? Bull Shark? Target 17,200 in sight?
What's up, Anonymous? Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Bitcoin to the Great Britain Pound, man. Oh, by the way, Great Britain Pound. Remember 1649? The variation's now there. It's not Super Chat. It's only if you tip the exact amount of 1649 via Stream Elements. You will get that new variation we talked about happening, right? 1649, the year that Britain went common law and down with the monarchy, man. So really cool to see Litecoin above its 200-day moving average. How many coins are above their 200-day moving average now? Not many, if at all. We can go through and look. Supply line of sorts was breached. And it was like you fell through it. Then you kind of back tested it November 14th as support a little bit in hindsight. But we knew $66 was extremely important. What would happen if you broke $66, $84? You went straight up to $84. straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Wow. Unreal. If you ever break $84, straight up to 105. So you got to want a very strong performer compared, way stronger than Bitcoin. Locally lately, not long term at all. My God, dude. You know, where Litecoin in June hit its lowest price since September 2020, Bitcoin was way higher than its September 2020 lows. So yeah, things are kind of shifting here a little bit, and you got to wonder how long it's going to consolidate before going higher, because the trend is kind of reversing here in the midterm on Litecoin, where you're now making, right? You made the low, you made a high, you made a higher lows, you made the same high, same lows, higher high, same lows, higher high again. So what's next? Maybe a higher low, maybe a back test to $66. High volume on the move. I mean, that was the highest, yesterday was the highest volume you had seen on Litecoin since November of 2021. It's like the highest volume of the entire year of 2022. That's awesome. All right, so have your alerts set above $84. You hear that beep? Holy crap, man.
Of evil and wickedness and corruption.
Okay, so that was kind of your big one. I mean, there weren't any others really doing what Litecoin was really doing. I know like Zcash and Dash got obliterated, and then they pumped really hard to get back to, I guess, where everything else was. Like, yeah, this thing, Dash hit it took out the COVID crash lows a few days ago. It was November 9th. Not long, but that was that. Look, March of 2020, the nadir, the craziest, scariest time during the COVID crash. You fell below that, not on the daily. Traders never settled up below that level, but you did briefly fall below it and saw a price of $31.80, $30.81, and you had not seen those prices since 2017. That was weird. And now, you know, after that, you even got to look at this little nice back test on the 14th and moon. But at the same time, after saying all that, are you making higher highs? No higher highs in sight. And the most recent discernible event on the chart was the lowest low since 2017. So it's awesome that it scam pumped like that, but nothing's changed at all. Nothing's saying that we now are reversing and we are bullish again. Nope. Not yet. Not enough stuff has happened. There was certainly there was no edge when all this happened. It just happened to have limit buy. Limit buys were set up, obviously, down there. Scalper's dream. Pumped a lot. I mean, a crap load from the bottom to the highest point in 14 days. In 2 weeks, Dash up 46%, and still somehow making a lower high. What a joke. Maybe you come back, test $38, and you hold it successfully. That might be really interesting there. It was this one, and I think Zcash too. Zcash was a little bit more subtle, wasn't as whack and crazy, but same category of like hits these lows you had not seen since it was not as bad as Dash, right? But it was like COVID crash low levels, right? You hit that, you went back to December of 2016. That was the inflection point it tested before it rallied. And still just miserable, right? I mean, just lower highs, lowest low in years. And that's it. Not even close to as promising maybe as Dash. They're both garbage. Technically garbage. So they're kind of in the same category of like that whole privacy, the privacy sector of the cryptos. So we could look at Monero too, that it did bounce off one level. Bounced off this one peak from 2019. But that's just not good. It's cool that it bounced, man, but there was nothing implying that sellers were exhausted. It's below the 200-day moving average after freshly rejecting it again and again, and I guess all it does. Below the really major inflection zone that could take you to moon, but you're below it. Still just doesn't look great, man.
Mike Uchis Hari question mark Mike Uchis Hari question mark Mike Uchis Hari.
What? Okay. If you say so. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat, dude. Yeah, man. Not like, just, it's cool that you had 2 days of a rally and assets are up off their lows, most of them up off their fresh bear market lows. Like Bitcoin Cash was cool because buyers defended a very key inflection point where it was a clear fake out, a nice tweezer bottom reversal too. Tweezer bottom on the 10th has manifested into some serious stuff where you're back above 105, 107, which is not a joke. You go back to February 2019, it was a valley. And holding that long enough could easily take you to 135, the low from March 2020. Right, think about that. You are below the low point of the COVID crash. Terrible, but at the same time, just means there could be a little more upside. But the problem is, even here, right? Yeah, maybe you broke a wedge that's been completely just, the whipsawing of this pattern I had on the upside and downside. You broke back out. What does it really mean, though? I mean, what if you adjust and you haven't broken out then if you adjust the trend lines? Still making a lower high than the previous high, still just made your lowest low. I mean, these aren't really great things, but it is cool. Like the one thing that is cool is a back above 105. Maybe we come for a back test. Maybe you back test that and hold it successfully as support and you start rallying. Might be low risk to set up a tight stop if one wanted to, right? Wanted to play this January 2019 low point, right? As strategizing a stop loss and a low risk entry and all that for massive upside if it happened. But still, it's pretty awful, but underlying cool stuff, I guess, right? What's up, Josh? Thanks, dude. Yeah, dude. Well, that's like whatever. Let's switch to the S&P. Knock out the index funds real quick. And just continuing to grind higher. That makes sense. Where you had not achieved 4,058 yet. You had not achieved a 200-day simple moving average. You had not achieved a test of the supply line. Knew there was a little bit more upside, and you're just grinding higher. You made your highest daily candle close today since September 12th. So technically multi-month highs today on the S&P. But hey, the good news, you've finally broken back into the bullish control zone. That's nice. But again, like it's awesome. You're in this bear market rally. Things are going nice. Everyone's getting complacent again. But just remember, for the most recent discernible events on this chart, the lowest high of the downtrend and the lowest low of the downtrend. Supply up here, if you're in a downtrend and you got a channel like this, the supply line represents overbought on price. You are overbought, and then down here would be oversold. So you're getting closer and closer to overbought territory on the S&P. Dow Jones, forget about it. Energy is too powerful. Too powerful. You made the highest daily candle close on the Dow Jones Industrial today since April 21st. You have breached 33,730. Big deal. Looks like that little hanging man is invalid. And where you are right now, I mean, you could go to 35,000 and it's not going to be that weird because price action historically tells us that's normally what happens. Above 33,729, you go to $35,100. And so you could be setting up for this massive wave structure where it's X, A, B, See, and you're on the C to D wave. And an 886 is at 35,000. Let's just say $36,000. It's interesting, man. I mean, it's like, wow, energy can't be stopped. It's crazy. But we have like massive divergence in price on the XLE and US oil. And what I read was forward looking 3 months. Normally, when that happens, historically, XLE performs miserably bad. And when you look at what I just said, you then look at the XLE and you know where it is. Show you where it is. You're at a massive high to low 886 for the second time now. Yes, you did close the week above this 2008 high. So you just think 3 months, hey, this thing goes up to 102, but it's starting to get there, man, where it's getting extended and it's very high premium to be taking fresh longs now. But dang, man, super strong. But in 3 months, based on the divergence of price from the XLE and US oil, this could be seeing downside because history tells us that. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. You're still right at that high from June. So there's no breakout yet. You've been stalling out, since the beginning. So 23 days, really. Okay. Just want to talk about that before I forgot. That's my brain. Okay. We could look at these. I mean, 10 of the 11 sectors were green today. And guess what? The only one that wasn't green today was energy. This one we're looking at. Well, look, we got like the Dow Jones Transportation. It's been doing some really good stuff. It was off. I was anchored on the bottom, didn't I? Yeah, this thing's pretty solid, man. Let's we adjust here. Try to get the top. It's pretty serious, man. Dow Jones Transportation right here. Wow. It's like you're trying to break out 1, 2, 3 touches, and now like an up thrust, a failed attempt, but then 14,000. Man, this is serious on the Dow Jones Transportation. Look at this low from July 2021, September 2021, February 2022. You've breached that, and then you back tested it formally as support, and then you've started to run again. You broke the supply line. But yeah, I get it. You're starting to approach that 886 area again. Yeah, 886 at 14,914. So it's like, yeah, you're doing some pretty cool things up here, but you are in a well-established downtrend, even if you do break a supply line. Don't you? I mean, it's the same thing as what you saw here. You know, you saw an 886 reversal. You might get it again. Anyway, just strong, man. Been strong. Now you got, this is the entertainment and leisure ETF, and you are still below key inflection points, like, right? And then you just made your lowest low. If you break 39.26, man, there could be a lot of upside. I mean, you'd be going straight back up to 42.44, but below it, the lowest highs, the lowest low, could make a lower high and roll over again. So I can't be sold on leisure and entertainment yet, but okay. Material sector's been booming, even up 0.44% after hours. You made your highest daily candle close since June 10th. That's serious. Materials getting back above 78.67. You gotta really love and admire the low. You got a break and a back test on the 17th, and you've caught some follow through. You're above the 200-day moving average again. It's pretty cool. And you could very well go to $89 from here again. And guess what? What would it end up being? You could get something like this, man. Is it that crazy? Complex wave structure. Wow, we've seen this before. 886 just happens to be confluent with $89, the top of the freaking range. So there could be more upside on materials. Bueller. Sorry, I had pressing matters to attend to. All right, XLB materials could be doing stuff like this. Then you got the XLC communications sector. Wow, like just your nastiest downtrend. And look at this. Let's extend this. My God, how many times I'd extend it now? Clearly, you're below. Look, man, below $52 is bad news for the XLC. So not much to look at. This, there was bullish divergence on the MACD, and you caught a reaction off of it, but still in a downtrend. Energy already looked at, been killing it. XLF, the financials, yeah, it's crazy to me. I mean, it got back above key levels. Is it 2000? I don't think we got even close. Yeah, okay. You just getting back above $35 is incredible. You even got a back test. You made your highest daily candle close today. Highest close since May 4th. Wow. So really big things happened today after a confirmation low at a very real level. Okay, look at this high, January of 2018. Buyers defended it once. They defended it twice. You got an amazing shakeout right here. That Fed, whatever it was was one of the Fed events, okay, on the 13th of October. That was it. Engulfed, back above $30, confirmation low, and you've been rallying. And you could be going up with that same type of wave structure where $40 to the 886. And all bets are off when or if XLF falls below $35, then you're done. You go straight back down to $30 again. But for now, something's interesting about it. XLI, industrials, highest daily candle close today since April 20th.
Is that a joint?
Of this year, taking out the high from August 16th. These are things happening today, man. Above 98.81. Same type of stuff going on where it could run to 106. XLK, which is technology.
Technology.
And not really as spectacular, right? As others. Could be better. Probably, I mean, it's got more upside too. If you look left, you could see it going to 139, 143 for some peak test from February 2021 or April 2021. You know, it's massively underperforming other sectors. You understand that after what we've seen, but that's the way of the world. Guess what? Tech growth, we're outperforming all these other sectors for 5, 10 plus years. XLP, talk about, you know, Momo shift. Look at this. You talk about a V shape. I mean, of sorts. Yeah. Now, the difference is here, it's not like the other ones we looked at. Consumer staples been killing it. You're not taking out your highs from August yet, like others. You're still not making a higher high yet. Still just made your lowest low. So it could roll over here. Look, and you got an 886, right? High to low. You're at the 886. So verdict's still out on this one. But really nice to see. I mean, it was confirming that lower high. This thing dumped, right? Isn't it crazy how you go from August 15th to October 7th in 53 days down 14%, and then you turn around from that day to now, and in a period of 47 days, about close to the same time, you're up 13.3%. Yeah, complete reversal for now, but still a lower high. And there's a gap to fill. There is an unfilled gap at 76.93. I think you could be testing that. There's certainly a gap to fill at $69 too. XLU, utilities, my God, you can talk about epic fake out here. What a fake out. And rallying, $71, probably going to test that. That's that peak from February 2020, right before the COVID crash. But at the same time, it's going to take a lot to somehow capture higher highs than you put in April and September. Still, and below that 200-day moving average, got to get back above that eventually. It always seems to do that though, right? When it falls below it, okay, work cut out for you. XLV was healthcare. It was crazy. It had an M shape. I know it fell below the key supports, but the M shape was there. And J&J had something similar, a Gartley in a different spot. My God, just mooning. HCA, all those, killing it. Looks like you're headed to test. It's imminent now. 136.80 going to be tested. Don't know if you'll break it, but what a run from the pattern completion zone, yeah? And bullish divergence at the pattern completion zone on the MACD. What a recovery. And you could think X, A, B, C, D stuff. 1886 is in order. Yep, XLY, consumer discretionary. This one's really interesting. Certainly underperforming everything, but looks somewhat like the Russell 2000 IWM as you look on the weekly. It's really cool. I mean, again, it's got no follow through, which is kind of concerning. It's like, why? Why is it not doing what others are doing, but it looks good potentially? Like, this is what you dream of, you know, old resistance becomes support not once, but twice on the second low, seller exhaustion. Don't like this one as much because it's below the 200-day moving average. I feel kind of weird about it because like all your other sectors that are outperforming like crazy are already getting closer and closer to 786s, 886s from their high to lows. So it's like, will this even be able to make it? Because the time will run out for those. They'll get to those deep retraces and then start dumping, and this will probably dump with it too. So it is there. This is a nice little setup, a congregation of variables that is favorable for upside. Just hasn't really done anything yet. And it's kind of like, wow, what? A little sketchy. DBC, look at this commodities index. Or speak of the 886, speak of the devil. There you are from your high from May of 2011. Nice XABCD, the D, the 886, lines up with a high from March 2012 and September 2012. Nice reaction and issues when you're below 2709. That's a peak from 2006. Seems you could be going to 22.25 next for a test. Not an uptrend or anything. This is all you got. This is all your data. It goes. This is a weekly though, you know, so it's not good. I mean, you had a good run, man, from March 2020 all the way to June 2022. What a run! And now it could be done for a while. And it's like, hey, man, when almost, what is it, 2 years? A 2-year run where it's almost straight up, hits an 886. Hey, maybe that's when people would rotate. They would reallocate some. If they had some commodities, they'd be going into other things that look kind of set up for maybe higher prices, right? Okay, so that's just like kind of broad market looked at the sectors. Why not? Why not look at them? And then why not look at commodities like we do daily golds? Gold hit its own local 886. Hit its 886, high to low, reacted, but look at this back test of October 4th's high. Now support, caught a good rally. That wasn't really happening until those FOMC minutes remarks came out, which was, again, nothing. It's just, that's the bots, man. They're just programmed to freak out. Are we bullish now? What? Who said that? Who said we're bullish now, dude? You just talking to yourself? Pubric? I mean, like, who said that? Pubric? Whatever. 886. You know, it's always funny to look at PAX-G. Something about PAX-G, man. Oh, I gotta find the one where I look at it. It's so much more perfect because it was a little bit, made a little bit more sense on A and C for the wave structure, for the harmonic. Actually, look at this. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's like this key inflection point from 2020, you know, we'd regarded it heavily. It was a wonderful, I mean, this has been an awesome chart. It's just crazy how well it's played out. With this beautiful downtrend, you broke out, we know, but you know, you got this like kind of, it's like a bat Gartley 886, 886 confluent with the swing low from December 2020. So you just got to wonder, how well is this going to perform? Is it over? I mean, the downtrend is still intact until buyers and market participants are taking out the previous highs, taking out inflection points, inflection zones from history. So I think there's more work to go. You're just hoping this consolidation is bullish and you have a massive markup next week or in the coming weeks. If you really want to see this thing reverse, because all it is lower highs, lower lows for now. It is spot price. This is virtually the same chart. It's a little off, but anyway, silver too, type of situation, you know. Yeah, nice little rally. The cool thing is it broke back above the 200-day moving average today. Closed, no, I didn't close the week or anything, but still we got to get above 2168, man. That's the old multi-year range or the 1 year range. It's a big deal. You up thrust through it, but man, it's pretty strong to see a formal back test. You know, what was once support is now support again, and you're rallying already. Still in this long-term downtrend for now, but it's really nice to see things kind of turn around a little bit. But you break 2168, you go to $23. You break 23, 25. Okay, it's a lot of inflection points, man, on silver. So choppy forever. Copper. You know, copper was crazy where it was like two different things. It was like a bullish and bearish thing going on at the same time. The Gartley, the spring, the back test of the spring, the rally to test the top of the flag, the bearish consolidation for now. Tested the bottom of the old range it was in. Pulled back, but is hanging on. I don't know. It's just like in the middle of the channel. So, I mean, if you want to get to oversold again in this little uptrend, 339, long-term downtrend. I mean, you think it's not even coming close to threatening the previous high. Previous high. So, it's not near as good as gold. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, none of them are taking out their previous highs from August, so we're on the same category a little bit. But someone wanted to look at a miner, and we'll do that. Let me just get through a couple more. We won't go like crazy on commodities today. US oil got obliterated. So it's like that hammer, that 6.6% hammer from yesterday. Joke. Yeah, I mean, it might still exist. We'll see what happens next week, but it's probably not. The worst performing commodity today was US oil. Look at this bearish engulfing like it was nothing, dude. Yeah, lowest daily candle close since September 26th. And if you break $75, $61 is in store for you. That is virtually all that happens there. So, yep, very, very weak stuff, man. Bear trend, you're in it, man. You're in the bear trend on US oil. And how is XLE continuing to moon? Again, it's not going to end well for XLE in the next 3 months based on history. especially when US oil is doing this and XLE is going to multi-year highs. Then natural gas continuing to rally, right? Buyers defended 575 when they broke back above it. You're rallying. You saw the highest daily candle close since September 21st yesterday. And 763 was virtually tested. I mean, that was what we talked about. It's like, hey, man, you broke above 634. We could be going to 763. You did it, man. You virtually did it. All right, the high from 2003. You ever break that? Wow, you could be going again, man. Test these crazy highs. $9, $9.80 again. I got sirens. Okay. So you have this crazy squeeze on orange juice. A supply squeeze. It didn't really affect the price much today, but dang, dude, the strength above 202.75 is just, after all this bearish divergence, that was it. Really. Incredible. Filled a gap past couple days though. I just am so you're just getting crazy, man. Above that August 2011 high. Could be going to 227 if it keeps up like this. It's insane. Almost in bullish evidence. Yeah. Peabody Energy broke. It's trying to break out, you know. That kind of that ascending triangle. I like it. Wooden uptrend, you know, talk about a king, man. This thing got a lot of upside on it too. You talk about deep retraces, like $41, $42. Reaccumulation. It's wonderful, man. Nothing's, I mean, it's like not overbought, not really showing bearish divergence at all. It's good. It's past its earnings. Coal, I could get it. All right, we'll end it on that. We'll go to that request. Check it out. EQX. Equinox Gold. Springback test, dude. Ah, yeah, man. Solid. Solid stuff, dude. Springback test from what? December 2018. Do you see December 2018? Oh, man. It was a pump, and then it dumped, and then it went to all-time lows. But then recently, after it hit all-time lows, it sprung. There was a spring on high volume. Good stuff. You love to see that. In fact, the date of the spring, when it actually happened, when you crossed back over that key inflection point, it was the highest volume you had seen on EQX since April 2020. April 20th, 2020.
Is that a joint?
So that's a signal. When you spring, you want to see high volume, and on the back test of spring, you want to see lower volume than the spring itself, which you certainly got. So this is, you could definitely say, lower risk area. If you wanted to take a shot on this, fine. It's really easy to know where you don't want to be owning this anymore, and it's below 321 somewhere, right? If you were going to target, you'd probably have to target for $5 on this, you know, like that first peak from August 2018. At least be one of your targets. Probably go with another one from 2019 at $6, so $5, $6. Okay, those are two good targets if you're talking about 350. So yeah, that happened. At the same time, look at all the continuation of all this freaking divergence. That's really nice, man. Seller exhaustion at an ice line from 2018. You spring back above it on multi-year highs on volume, and then you back tested it as support. The argument's there. It doesn't mean it's going to rally off of this, but it is certainly the things you look for. It's also the things the composite operator is doing, right? Like that's the signature of the composite man. Where the ping? Wonderful. Nice request, Aborama Gold. Didn't know you made it, man. Must have been a deep fake, right? Pulse Doge Shade still trying to hang on for dear life. Oh God, I don't know, man. I wouldn't say cut with handle. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But again, if you're above 488, fine. If you're above 452, it's okay. But below that, dude, you're screwed. We're just at this. Why is it taking so long? The bids, aren't they coming in? Why are they not coming in? Why has it been since the 9th of November? We can't really catch many bids. Still in an uptrend, I guess, but getting a little weird here. Why are we taking so much time? Thank you, Kush Blunts. All right, Bitcoin to the Great Britain pound. What was it about it you liked? Bull Shark, target 17.2. Bull Shark. Bullish Shark. You're not talking about this, are you? The way it's deep enough. You're to 786, right? Yeah, you're to 786, so not that shark. If you wanted a bullish shark, 8,784 pounds would be the pattern completion zone of that. So, and guess what? That lines up with an inflection point from history that goes back to 2017 and 18 and 2020. Yeah, so that's not it. But I think he might be trying to say, maybe, locally, where he's talking like this. Like the X, the A, the B, the C, and then the 113. Well, you've exceeded the 113, but not by much. He's just talking about this then. He's saying that. The issue is on the daily. There is nothing implying that sellers are exhausted here. There is no formal support here either. As you have clearly broken below the key inflection point, the previous cycle top. Right? Are you going to say that I guess we could try to, that high, the dead cat bounce from 2018, a swing low from November 2020. You're above that. I guess you've held that. You didn't even test it. Are you kidding me? You haven't even tested it, man. I don't know. I guess he would say a $17,000 target because of 50% retrace from the high to low. 16.9. Yeah, I mean, if it was gonna react reverse here, sure. I'm just not that sold on it yet. But yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. But remember, doesn't the major 886 make a lot more sense in time if you're patient? I mean, it can react, it goes to it, and then dumps again. Long-term downtrend. Still. this thing on? Is this stream on? Are we even live right now? Okay. Let's go to the... That was it. Oh wait, we gotta look at Maker. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. Let's go to Maker real quick. Another request. Yeah, Maker's like where you are. It's just so dangerous, but I get it. You're desperately trying to hold this June low, but if you look left, it's terrible. It's like if I'm looking at history, it's like, oh, probably $300 if you wait long enough below 780. It's trying so hard to hold it, isn't it? Really is trying. But like below that, man, is just the abyss. It's just below this is just like 55% downside. Look at your high, then your lower high, rejection of the 200, rejecting 788, rejecting 762. It's just, I mean, maybe it's adding 886 and stuff, right? That's it, right? The low to high up there, because it was such a psycho pump. It's an 886. It's exceeded the 886. God. So to me, Maker, it's just, I think you could get better prices if you wait long enough. But yes, you could certainly luck out and this local low holds and you rally here. Sure, maybe. Just the trend is so prevailing as bearish, and the most recent price action tells us that too, with just more distribution in late October. Were there no warnings about FTT? Yeah, how about how much money they were spending on marketing? Same Crow. That's why Crow's going to implode too in time. If you wait and you're patient, like we got to get more legs down. We got to get more pain on Bitcoin and the altcoins. I think it would probably be best if we did that, just so we could get more people exposed, because all their Ponzi's would implode. We need to get some more bank runs on some of these exchanges. Show who's like telling the truth or not. So that was the last request. Been live an hour, 20 minutes. If you're enjoying it, like button, bell, sub stuff, if you want, doesn't really matter. Wow. So you can see it, right? I mean, it's there. You're at that supply. You break it, man. Holy crap. Start taking out these highs and you'll be good. But and then you could just say, wow, maybe it's just if it does break, maybe it's just a range between 1350 and 1075, right? I mean, that's what you got going on since the bottom and the top, since the big dump, right? So right there, man. So was BNB right there.
Hey, what's up, Mitch? Can we take a look at coin? Happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone watching. Much love.
So Fab. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Fibonacci Day as well. Yeah, man. Talk about Kathy Woods coming in. Up 5% today, up 3% yesterday. The day before, all-time lows. Right? Looked terrible. And this was plotted because it shows you how miserable it was, and it played out. It's just now hit a bottom, right? It's hit its old low from May. So this was very good because it's just like showing you like what was once resistance became resistance like twice. These two highs were lower than this high. And it's just like bad, right? So, but now you could very well have some sort of range going on. Of course, it was probably going to maybe hold here. I have an alert set up. We test it again. And you very well could, dude. Well, I'm sorry that like Coinbase from October 26, almost the whole, every day excluding one effing scam day, sold off incessantly and you lost 48% of your value in less than a month, man. So yeah, God forbid that when you finally hit your all-time low, where it reversed May 12th, you might catch a couple bids, and it was all because Kathy Twig bought some. It was like, wow. And Bitcoin stopped crashing after making its lowest low in multiple years. Just wait till if Bitcoin starts dumping again, you bet your bottom dollar this thing's going to take out $41. But yes, it's at a bottom. Wow. At an inflection point, inflection occurred. Can't really be that surprised. Not any sort of like edge. Nothing saying that sellers are exhausted down at this level. There's no like bullish divergence or anything. So if it holds, that's great. You do have to break $46, and you haven't yet. You break $46, then you might be destined for $75 again, because that's oftentimes what happens. But until then, man, you're fine like a fruit fly is fine. No, we haven't looked at Tesla yet. It was up 7+%. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, that's what happens. Right? We just go to it. That's Coinbase though, right? I mean, we like Coinbase to 475. Jim Cramer. It never hit that, ever. 475's up here. This was Cramer's target. And then you hit $41. So now go Tesla. It's up 7%. Hey, good news.
Hey Mitch, how's it going? Can you peep at my fav pair xng/used plaza? Happy early gobble day to you and the viewers.
Thanks for the gobbles, dude. Yeah, Hoodie, we'll look at it. Thank you, dude. X and G. Look at it next. Sold Tesla. The sellers certainly broke this below support. As you can see, there were a couple little wick lows I have now plotted. March 2021 and May of 2021 fell below it and formally tested this peak from September 2020. And once you did that today, just a massive gap up. Really, there is actually a formal argument for divergence here on Tesla, as you can see, right? One big spike in negative Momo and then this. I mean, now it's waning. And if you're doing this, it could be more upside. I mean, this could run to 209. You never got a formal back test at 209. So think about it. It was up 7.82% today. It has like 14.5% more upside if this is a true fake out, like a bearish breakdown fake out, which happens all the time. Look at that. I mean, you're diverging to some degree. Yeah, look at that low to this low. I kind of like that right there. This is on the daily, right? None of the altcoins are doing this either. Like none of the altcoins are showing divergence like Tesla's showing on the daily right now. So a failed bearish breakdown could have consequences here. Yup. Probably some sort of small wedge looking A2, right? Look at this. It's like, oh, hey, look, it's like a mini wedge, a cute little mini wedge. Oh yeah, there it is. There's your cute little mini wedge breakout. Yep. Morningstar yesterday, pretty much confirmed today. There you have it. So, okay. It's not about the breakdown itself. My God, you were going, and then you're right back above it. So let's see if this holds on. $181 holds on long enough. You might be headed to 209, which is about 14% upside. Let's see what happens. Dang, dude. Let's go, Darren. Boom, dude. Thank you so much, Darren, dude. Wow.
Yo, much happy Thanksgiving. Love the stream. What's up, W Saw? I'm short.
We'll look at sold at, yeah, it squeezed today. I had pumped because, I don't know, it's only been crashing for most of the year. excluding like a month. Well, look. Thanks, dude. Fantastic. I've been chat for Darren. Interesting on Tesla. Pay attention to these things that are occurring. Failed breakdown. Back above a very key level. Divergence. Broke a miniature structure. Go to the 4 hour and see how sexy this looks. Just kidding. You can't because my visibility. Ugh. Look at that. I mean, that's there, man. That's real life. Look at this. Oh my God, the 4 hours, nuts. 618 to boot. You hit a 618 from the major low too. How about that? 4 hours, really something, isn't it? So you got 4 hour and daily bullish divergence at the same time. Two time skills at the same time. There you go. All right. Good stuff. Well, their trend lines aren't visible here either on the 4 hour, sorry. But yeah, kind of reminds me of PayPal, right? PayPal, remember, this was a trade setup that played out. Old PayPal had its wedge just like it. In ways, is it even going to show up? Yeah, look at the wedge. You know, went to the 50%, 618, it topped out, never saw it again. It's beautiful. The second target of the wedge hits. Bye-bye, right? But hey, it's still not making lower lows yet. So, and that hammer still valid. Anyway, yeah, we'll go to X and G now.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Oh, natural gas, right? Well, I mean, we already looked at natural gas. That, right? I think that's what you wanted. Yeah, natural gas. Well, above 650 equals possibly $9. Well, a few days ago, we got back above 630, 650 and back tested as support. And it's been nothing but follow through since then. That's it. Supply line was breached. Look at that. And just a supply line right there. Right, like 1, 2, 3 touches. You broke it. And again, $9 target. Quite possibly here. All right, we have more data on the other one. That's why we looked at natural gas earlier in the commodity section. Just an M shape that was completed and triple bullish divergence down here. And you get back above supports and you back test those supports as support again. There could be consequences, and those consequences are up. Just like Tesla, breaking back above key levels. Showing bullish divergence. If it holds 14 to 15% upside on Tesla, and you could still be in a long-term downtrend, it just means you run to the next form of support resistance. All right, so that was X and G. Now we look at Sol. Yes, of course. Scam's got a pump. It's not about the breakdown itself, which truly happened. It's about the follow-through. There was no follow-through. There's no real edge. You could try to call this divergence. Maybe. What's up, James? Thanks, dude. It's a huge squeeze. Closed right around the same highs you were at 17th and 16th of this month. I mean, really, just to be candid here, you could go to $18. Or at least $16, that March 10th high, March 10th, 2021 high. All right, it's a zone, right? A 1250 to 1830 zone. Just like we had talked about, like a huge zone between $21 and $50. Figured eventually $21, it took forever, but we finally got there. And when we got there, sliced through it, capitulated through it like a hot knife through butter. So maybe we need a formal back test. Hard for these altcoins to crash when Bitcoin's just kind of hanging in there, holding, defending. Buyers are defending key local supports. Hard for anything to roll over when that happens. Hard for Ethereum to roll over when Bitcoin holds. When these two hold, everything holds. Still bearish on Ethereum. I mean, for real, still valid. Short. but not saying fresh shorts, saying like there was a better entry higher. But yeah, okay, buyers defending. Great. Could break out. If you break out, got to take out all these highs. Goodyear tire, dude. Are you? I know you did not request Goodyear tire. You just said GT pump dump. Goodyear tire did not pump and dump at all. But dang, dude, just go into it. Holy crap, this is interesting. Very, very interesting on Goodyear tire. Goodyear tire with the racist HR department. Remember them? Yep.
Could you check out dollar LVS? Any more downside?
Las Vegas Sands is something else, man. That shark, that bullish shark, and then the spring back test, getting back above those key inflection points, and pretty nice. We'll look at it. So I went through it today, scanned through it. Look at Goodyear tire. This is not a request because he didn't, you know, he's not gonna be looking and asking about this, but Goodyear tire back above this one low from August 2019. You're back above it, man. I mean, holding that could be awesome. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really that great. Sorry. Just, I haven't been here in a while and wanted to see it. So, yeah, Las Vegas Sands crazy, man. Yeah, dude, so wonderful. I mean, it's like the, you know, it was over. It was screwed. But then it hits a 113. Completes the shark, then finally gets back above this level, and then back tests the level. You spring back above it, and you hold it for, God, it took forever, right? Like 2 months. But now rallying, and recently you hit your highest level since February and headed to 47.38. 47.38, really not that, must be on a less significant time scale. That it's, maybe it's just that candle high close from February. But just excluding that, I would think the harder target would probably be $51, $53. Yeah, up here. I mean, it could be headed there. But the problem is it's making a higher low. It's very nice. Momentum is shifted on this, clearly. But you're not making higher highs yet. So the trend's still down, right? I mean, you made the high, and then the lower high, lower. All you do is make lower highs, unfortunately. And I'm sure we could plot some sort of beautiful channel here, but I think just looking left is important. And I'm thinking if it's going to keep running, it could be $51, $53 if the market doesn't collapse, right? That's where we could be headed. What do you mean what happened to Stream Elements? What does that mean? J-Tog, what do you mean? There is. You can tip me in crypto. You're saying things like you're new. You're a mod. PayPal Super Chat and crypto. 1UP coin. GRT the joke, it's illiquid, and I mean, whatever happens to this market, it's probably still gonna be going to the 1618 at 3.8 cents. The deep crab pattern. There's actually divergence though now. Like, I mean, there's definitely bullish divergence on the daily. That's there. So J-Togs, there is, man.
Togs tipped $25. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. Thank you for everything.
Likewise, J-Togs. Dang, dude, you should have tipped $16.49 so we could see the new variation. Right? You want to see a new variation, man? Because it's like the inverse of the 1776 tip. That's why, you know, we talked about it a couple days ago. Thanks, man. Just wanted to show it off, right? Not complaining about far more money on a $25 tip, right? But we've seen that VeChain emoji variation a time or two, right? Thanks, dude. Seriously. But what were you saying, though, about other ways to tip. I mean, do you not see the one up? You should tip me crypto, man. But you're going to do the British variation, 1649. Don't do crypto because there's no way you'll get it on the dot. It'll be off because of the very small fee it takes, Coinbase takes or whatever. Yeah, nothing about this is good. It's terrible. But yeah, it's diverging, man, on the RSI. So Moon, and I had it here because 5 cents is not a support at all. It's just legit a psychological area, and it just happened to reverse there. Like, you know, it doesn't look like, you can't tell. You'd be crazy to be trying along it, but from that low, it went up 42% in less than 24 hours. But then after being up 42% in less than 24 hours, it then lost 16% of its value in hours. So Shady Dogs, are you there, man? Right, things like KNC, it's like, wow, man, I'm so impressed with its performance. I mean, it almost just looks like a bear flag, doesn't it? I mean, it could break to the upside here, sure, but like, look, it's trash, man. Look at this crap. You kidding? After breaking formal supports too. Like, look at that. I mean, you're making the lowest lows you had made since April 2020, 2.5 year lows, right? Yeah. And there's no, like, it's just maybe hanging on a couple peaks here, but you're going. Right.
Let's see it.
Yeah, and I have like a new British guy variation too, his voice. So that wasn't enough TTS, but you could kind of hear it a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, if you're British, you're probably sleeping. You're probably not watching the stream. And I've got another graphic that was a little pixelated. Be implementing it after the stream. But yeah, there you go, right? The St. George flag. We got two, man. Now we can have a Revolutionary War, tip war between each other, right?
Just because Friday's on its way and we will be another day closer to not hearing the word soccer 100 times a day, and American can go back to playing egg ball.
That's awesome, man. Thanks, Anon. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Ever since I went to the UK, I respect it, man. I know over there they hate the word soccer. So if I'm talking to somebody, or I know there might be someone who's not American, I'll say football, European football. Maybe we should do like, we have the noises and then we also have cannon fire, right? Well, I guess that one did have cannon fire. We got to get it for the other one too. Anyway, figure it out. So if you're bear flagging, doesn't it make sense that you're just consolidating and getting ready to leg down again? But yes, of course, you're just going to go up and down within the consolidation structure before dumping to 31 to 37 cents, you know? Speaking of egg ball, who's ready for that egg bowl tomorrow? The only college football game on Thanksgiving. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. Freaking love that game. Really do. Excited. Lane Kiffin's leaving, going to Auburn. Gotta wonder how that's gonna all unfold tomorrow. I mean, Ole Miss the better team, but that game, man, those two come to play most of the time. And it's just like the Iron Bowl where the better team can definitely lose.
Football? You mean pigskin, right?
Pigskin football. Thanks, dude. I guess I gotta get that one set up on Super Chat.
Happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I don't want to eat the bugs for the 1776 Super Chat, man. Thanks, dude. Wow. It's getting all Revolutionary War up in here. Thanks, dude. Yeah, happy early Thanksgiving. I hope you all like have a good time with the family and or friends. And you know, I'm always down for a crypto pump when the markets are closed. We have seen some insane things over the years in crypto during Thanksgiving, the day of. We've seen dumps before and bull trends. We've seen pumps before and uptrends. Remember when we've dumped before in downtrends. We have some stuff going on. Binance Coin's attempting to break $300 right now. That is a real inflection point, at least on the 60-minute, going back to July and August and September and October and now November. You tried to break it once, November 10th, and failed. And now you're trying again. Ethereum is just on the cusp of its supply line breach. Very close here. You could probably even like plot something like this on Bitcoin too, like that. You can kind of see there's something there. Trying to break it. And XRP, if you see 39.6 cents again, you could, I mean, that's high probability of a break to the upside because of there's a partial decline, potentially. Oh yeah? King, you're over there in Oxford, huh? Is that where the game is this year? Is it a home game for the Rebels? So you look at these and it's like, man, 60 minutes pretty good. And then you're like looking at KNC and it's like awful. It's terrible. What about Hex? Someone had the idea of Wyckoff accumulation. It's kind of dead. You're so close. I mean, if you can get back above 2.8 cents, you might be safe. You might be okay. But you're not. You're below it right now. In fact, 3 days ago, you made your lowest daily candle close on Hex since May 5th of 2021. Year and a half lows. Yikes. So where are the bids, man? Okay, so that was kind of a surprise to me, man. Like buyers defending yesterday, a key support after making fresh multi-year lows on a lot of assets, including Bitcoin itself. And then today we caught some continuation, and it's now technically the 24th Universal Time, UTC. So it is Thanksgiving according to UTC. So shall we get a turkey pump? J-Togs, I'll work on that for sure. I'll definitely change it. Something more masculine for sure. I thought about that too, right after hearing the British guy and then the little girl or whatever after. It was kind of weird. Yeah. All right, we got Ethereum breaking, chat. We have a break, chat.
Bruh.
Look here! Look, listen!
There it is, supply line. Try. BNB breaking resistance. Okay, something's going on the new day. It's such an illiquid market though, man. Like it's so illiquid now these days, just compared to back in the day. It's just nothing to get crazy about. I think Ethereum, if this is real, it's probably 1224 would be next. That's not a joke. So of course, this is kind of typical stuff. Stock market closes and then it's just so easy to move this market, because it becomes even more illiquid when the stock market's closed. And Asia wakes up too. So here it is, man. BNB breaching key level of sorts, right? All right, we're going to make it. We're going to make it, man. 11.95 on Ethereum. Session highs. Highest price in 4 days. Technically, I mean, not really 4 days. It just, you know, because it's the 24th now. It was the It's only the 24th by 2 hours is what I'm saying. So it's like kind of more like 3 days and a couple hours. Yeah. I thought 2.2 trillion. I thought it might have been 3. Yeah, $2.2 trillion gone. Yeah, from the crypto market from the high. Yep. Huh. What year did Canada declare its freedom? It didn't. It's still Commonwealth. And they're trending towards communist Chinese. I mean, the dictator of Canada is obsessed and loves Xi Jinping. That's his role model. He wants Canada to be more like communist China. He's in bed with Klaus Schwab, the neo-communist. So yeah. Calibros, I mean, if the breakdown's real, yeah. But if there's a fake out, okay, what are you gonna do, man? Fake outs happen. But yeah, I had the least amount of confidence in Cardano. I'd have more confidence in Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and XRP than I would Cardano all day. So it's like it doesn't even matter. Like Cardano 12 cents, or it rallies, it'll underperform Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and XRP. So I'd rather have my money in there than I would Cardano all day. Yeah, Sandman, I saw that, where he's like, Xi Jinping's like scared of their conversation they had. And he's like, no one should be able to hear about that. Well, we know who Trudeau's father is, who his legitimate biological father is. We know exactly who he is. All right, so I guess we'll just leave it on the 60-minute over here too. All right, Bitcoin. Doing things, man. Doing things. Rallying. Yep, highest level again. You're at session highs. You're up almost 1% on the new day on Thanksgiving. You're rallying, man. Yep. If you don't, I mean, like a local low holds and you rally off of it, and it could have consequences. It could take you to the top of the range. Wow, man. Do we have like a pump going on? A pump stream? Wouldn't call it much of a pump, but it's rallying. It took out all the highs we've seen the past 2 days, past 3 days. So you're thinking like $17K first, $300 more before you're testing like clearly, right? November 11th and November 14th and 15th and kind of the 18th. Like that's kind of seems probably where you're going. $300 more from here. Test that, you break that, then 17,581, which is Black Saturday's low. Way back here, June 18th. And then all of a sudden you're breaking those. It's like, wow, this might be more real, you know, of a reversal. Okay, but I'll leave y'all with that. I appreciate everyone coming out. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I move into my new temporary place. Well, the movers came today and I have temporary furniture. Everything in my life right now is so temporary. It's so weird and disruptive. I hate it. But I know I'm trying to get through it. So just bear with me. Bitcoin could continue to rally $300 more before it sees like probably any real resistance, right? $300 more bucks. Okay. Hey man, I can't leave. Look at it. It's like at its highs. It just keeps going. Like, wow, I can't leave the stream. Just got to sit here and wait for it to pull back a little bit. Kidding me, dude? XRP, you see 39.6 cents. I think you have a higher probability of breaking upward. Such a better performer than Bitcoin. XRP, man. So Michael. Remember Ethereum, 60-minute supply line. Breaking, man. We're doing it. See what I'm saying? Like it looked like before, but before you didn't break the supply line, you just reversed. So, yeah. Just don't know, man. Like you got to make a higher high though at some point. All right, so y'all be good. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll be back. Until next time, respect. Oh yeah, respect Volcano Bonds and TA.